All right. So I was in the middle of a story where I was saying that I had a senior in my one of my classes for spring break. They definitely have speaked in high school, and they decided to try to act like they were all that in a bag of chips, and they're not the air in the bag. And they try to bow up and try to fight somebody in my class. And I said, if you want to swing on somebody, swing on me. And then they came in and they said, I think I finally figured out life. And they got fired the other day from their part-time job because I said, why? They said, stupid stuff. I said, so what's the stupid stuff? Kept coming in late. Oh yeah, just come. Well, come in late, and I wasn't cleaning like I was supposed to, and I had other coworkers complain about me. I said, so you came in, you were late, and you didn't do your job, and you didn't get along with others. Yeah, I said, so the same things you got in trouble with here at high school. They're like, yeah, stupid stuff. Okay, on that note, don't forget hit like and subscribe at the bell. All right, so classifying polynomials. Okay, we're doing a little Greek lesson today. Poly means many. And this is actually spelled nominals because I was actually answering some. Are you sure that my dear baby did not do their work? Sent back a screenshot. Yes, your child did not do anything but steal oxygen yesterday. Oh. I said, please also look at their 65 that they made on the test. Oh. All right, so now standard form. Standard form. That is putting the exponents in highest to lowest. Okay? At least y'all are quiet. But, huh? Yeah. All right. Now, we have a degree. This is all I'm going to ask. Degree, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's the highest exponent. Okay? I have Jeffreyized this as much as possible. Okay? I've made this as simplistic as possible. All right? Now, if you want to, you can actually, white out, mark out all this kind of stuff because, I mean, it's okay. You can if you want to. Basically, we're marking out all the terms that say nomial because nomial means term. Okay. Now, that's how many things they are separated by like an add or subtract. Okay. Mono is one term, like mononucleosis, the kissing disease. Yes, quite rampant in high school. Especially, I love it when I turn the corner of the hallway and I see two teenagers trying to lick each other's esophagi. And I'm like, number one, why would we try to do this in high school? It's flu season. Yes, why in a public facility? And also, it just goes in another reason why teenagers are just failures. You are both failing as zombies. You are trying to eat the other person, it's not working, okay? That's just, yes, you're failing at being a zombie. Yep. All right, so binomial 2, 1, 2, buckle your shoe. I don't know how to tie my shoe, so I got slip ons. Okay, exactly. Trinomial means 3. Okay. I had a dog in college, had 3 legs. We called him tripod. Okay. Now, whoever was in charge of naming these things, they were like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to say monomial for 1, binomial for 2, trinomial for 3. And then apparently the drugs started kicking in. And then everything after 3, they just decided to call it a polynomial. They're like, hey, man. No, 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 no. We're definitely not having a sexnomial. That's in that math erotica section of the library we don't go into. Now, polynomial. Poly meaning many. Okay. Our, why couldn't I be sick today? Now, all right. So we're going to rewrite the following polynomial in standard form. Okay, and then we're going to classify it by the degree in terms. This actually goes pretty quick. Okay, now we need to look at the little Yoda in the backpack. Okay, this is funny. This is very oxymoronical. Okay, that's better than your standard moron. Wow, 2 people got that joke. All right, we're looking for the biggest little number. What is our biggest little number? 4. So here is that term. It goes first. Okay? It's kind of like that short king, the wrestling guy, the college wrestling guy who was like 5'5", won his national championship thing, came off and hugged his 6'3" girlfriend, and is like making no seriously. Look it up. Look it up on the interwebs. Okay? All right. So what's the next one? What's the next biggest little number? 2. So we're going to put this term down. Good. What's the next one? Yeah, 5, because it goes like this. And then our constant, okay, because that's technically like x to the 0 power right here. Because, believe it or not, anything to the 0 power is, yeah. It's almost like we had assignments on that. And see, I knew what some people would try to do this morning when I looked at what people were supposed to do yesterday. And not like, oh, they're going to hear me complain. They're going to try to go back and do the assignment they're supposed to be doing. Like that student, that's probably what they're trying to do. That's why their laptop's open. And so I disabled the submissions so you couldn't go back and do it. Womp womp. I'm glad you do. All right, degree. What's this number? Oh, good. It's a 4th degree. That's all you have to write right there. All right, how many terms do we have? 4. All right, so it's more than 3, so it's a poly. That's how we do it. How about not? Look, why are you trying to make life more difficult, man? I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. You're like, hey, let's add some rocket surgery in there. Yes, sir. Huh? All right. What is the highest little number? It's like, hey, all I want is a grilled cheese. Okay, but I want cheese made from the milk of a virgin goat. No, it's just cheese, man. Just go get some government cheese. Just open it out of the plastic wrap. All right. God. All right. Let's do these problems right here. Number 1 is done for us. Woohoo! All right. So number 2. What would go first on this one right here? Negative 6x to the third power. And then this is a plus 5. Please remember that the sign of the numbers go in front of it as we read it from right to left. Okay, now what is that little number right here in the front? 3. Okay, how many number of terms? 2. And so we're going to actually write the number because I'm not going to, I'm going to let you like simplify it like mono, bi, tri, poly. Okay, I'm not going to make you do the nomial thing. That's to me that's redundant because again, nomial means what? Terms. Terms. Yeah. All right. Number 3. Number 3 is the hardest problem on the whole handout. So is my hopes and dreams. What is this degree? 0. Kind of like some people's effort yesterday. And the number of terms, this is a mono. Yes, am I going to keep saying petty things like that? You bet. Nah, my beard, I just woke up with my beard like this. No, I'm not a petty person. That's only why I have a 2 foot by 3 foot size bathroom pass. I got scammed out of some money on Facebook and Venmo, so I do a daily request for money from the people that scammed me, and it's on public, and I've started going to $1 increments. All right, number 4. So, standard form. This is to the first power, so this is the first degree. Okay, and this would be a binomial because there's 2 terms. All right. And number 5. So what is our biggest little number right here on number 5? 3. So this is our whole term right here. All right. So the next one would be what? The 8x. So we got to bring that along. And minus 2. Yeah. All right, look. You can use stuff to separate things. Okay? Yeah. Oh, wow. You mean I could have drawn something on there to put stuff separate that? Yes, you can. Like a tractor beam. All right. What degree is this? And how many terms? Like a tricycle. So, probably makes pretty decent sense, right? And I bet when we start to make our orange sheet, this will be, I can just about guarantee you the example of my orange sheet that I put on Schoology is going to have these definitions from this green sheet. Just about tell you. All right. Adding and subtracting polynomials. When adding subtractive polynomials, you can only add and or subtract like terms, which means the same variable or letter, same exponent. Okay. Some people, if I say variable, they're like, "What the heck's a variable?" Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. That boy ain't right. All right. Now, I have found out in my many years of doing this that it helps to streamline the process, to make things easier. If we start by picking the terms with the highest exponent and going down like we're actually grouping them in standard form already. That way our answer is already in standard form. Well, Mr. Jeffries, that would make sense. Oh, I know! I know it. I don't know exactly what you said, but I totally agree with it. Now, all right, let's look at this example. Now, I have came up with a system of symbols that I use to do like terms. All right. So what is our highest exponent right here? All right. So I'm going to mark these two together. That's just a Mr. Jeffries thing. You are free to use it. It is not patented. All right. Now, I was trying to think of what is something I can do to help those that, just. So we're going to do this right here. We're going to write our highest exponent here in this order. Wow. Now, some people are going to be able to do this without rewriting it together. And I totally understand that. Some people are not. But if I show it this way, somewhere in between showing it this way, we're going to cover everybody. All right. What is our next power of exponent? 1. So I use a dot for my ones. So I have a negative 3x plus a 6x. Now, please understand this symbol system I had because many, many years ago, before Mr. Jeffries had any gray hair, I had problems in math class where we had to turn our paper sideways and we had like 20 different terms that we had to write across this way to do our problems. Yep. All right. And then our next goes like this. All right. So I've kind of grouped them together. All right. So on my x squared people, if I have 5x squared people and 3 of them mysteriously disappear, how many do I have left? Yeah, I have 2x squared people left. All right. Now, right here, if I'm not good with this, I can use a calculator. I want you to use a calculator. Don't take your shoes off and try to use your fingers and toes. Okay? Use a calculator. Ask questions. All right. Negative 3 plus 6 or 6 minus 3 is going to be a plus 3x. Okay? If you have 4 Reese's sticks and you eat 3 of them, how many Reese's sticks do you have left? 1. Dude, I don't know. Look, y'all are really good at some like made up math. I mean, all right. So highest exponent next, and then next. So that's basically what we're doing. That's in our standard form. It's in standard form. Wow. Okay. What's our degree? 2. How many terms? 3. So this is a trinomial. Bam. No, I'm making. Yes, I was sorry. I was about to be really sarcastic and really petty. Yes, you have to write try. Okay, I want you to write like we have been doing it. I'm trying to train y'all in class on notes how I want y'all to do it on the test. Okay, because it's the honestly it's the bare minimum that you should be doing for mathematics. It's literally the bare minimum. Okay. All right. Now, was that so bad? Are you sure? Did part of y'all soul die, kind of like mine did the other day? I mean, I felt like I made a horcrux the other day. Well, mine is in somebody. Mine is in a diary now. So part of mine is in a diary, and another part of mine's in a ring. Actually, part of mine is in this ring right here. Huh? It's a ring. It's a now horcrux. Google it. Do not walk around in a state of I don't know. Start Googling stuff, kids. Yeah. Yes. All right. So now we're going to do this. Hopefully, I did not use exactly the same problem. If I did, this is going to be kind of funny. All right. So, what's our biggest one? To the x squared, right? So, we're going to have 5x squared plus 3x squared. And the lone wolf calls for the rest of the wolf pack. All right. I try to give you I know some of y'all are like, he wrote it really small. Not the gumdrop buttons. All right. So let me show you another way that some people are going to end up doing this without rewriting it. I know I just wrote it and I erased it, and some of you are like sunny beaches, but you'll survive. All right, this is 5x squared and 3x squared. It's the highest one. What is 5 plus 3? 8. Believe it or not, there are some people in this room, they would have had to use the calculator. But anyways, all right. So now 8 plus negative 1 is the same thing as 8 minus 1. And then, yep, 22. All right. Now, you could do it like that. You can rewrite them. Look, I don't care how you do it. You can do it like this. Well, here's my x squares. There's 5 plus 3. Here's my x's. They live in Texas. This is 8 minus 1. This is our x to the zeros. This is, negative 10 minus 12. Whatever works for you, okay? Corral them, highlight them, dot them, you know, you know, zip them up, color, whatever it takes, okay? All right, what's our degree? How many terms? Try. All right, number 7. What is my biggest exponent? 3. I use a triangle for powers of 3. Wow, that's crazy. All right. So that's -1 plus 7. This is going to be 6. X squared. All right. I have 9x squared or -9 plus 9. What happened to our x squareds? They're gone. Pew, pew. Yes, yikes. Yep. Kind of like my hopes and dreams. All right. Now, what about my what about my x's? Pew, pew. And what about my constants? Now, did we group them? Yes, we did. We just didn't rewrite them when we grouped them. Okay, now what's our degree? 3. How many terms? 2. So 2 is a like a bicycle or a bilateral or a biannual. I know some people are going to try to say another different one so they can try to be funny and cool, but again, if you want to peak as a 10th grader, try it. Have you literally figured out that all we're doing is actually just adding and subtracting stuff that's just in a different category? Yeah, it's like, okay, we have our green shirts, we have our purple shirts, we have our green and purple striped shirts. Yeah, it's really what it is. We're not there yet. Jump a header. Am I there? Am I there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I don't have a truck. I have a car. Anyways, so we're going to be subtracting. All right. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Some people will like change all these signs and add and then stuff. Here's the deal. I want you to not take your time. I want you to just rush right through these, right? She's like, that's not what he said all semester. No, that's the opposite. I want you to take your time. Okay, take your time. Take your time. Think. Outmaneuver your opponent till he's in a quandary. I'll, huh? Yes, it is. That's a Full House reference. Okay, so let's look at this. What is our biggest exponent? 3. All right, so we're going to have 4x to the third minus -2x to the third. Okay, be careful. All right, yes. Look, it's this minus this. All right, that's how I'm going to end up with the 6x to the third. Okay, so my next one minus 3x squared minus x squared. Okay, so that's 3x squared minus 1x squared. This becomes, yes, negative 4x squared. All right. This plus 6x. Yeah, has no companion. It's okay. They're good on their own. They don't need anybody. Then they have negative 4 minus negative 2. Well, minus a negative is plus a positive. So plus 2. All right. So what is this first exponent right here? Exactly. How many terms do we have? 4. So if it's 4 or more than 3, it's a what? Yep, I'm reading lips because I can't hear. It's a poly. You liked the joke about the reading lips because I can't hear, didn't you? I figured you did. All right. So again, it's adding and subtracting, just in a different wrapper. Did I not put 2 extra things? I didn't put it in the presentation. That is funny. That's easy to fix. We'll just scoot that down. All right. I know some of y'all have already done it. And some of y'all are working on it now. All right. All right. Number 8. What is our biggest exponent? Huh? So let's try this all over again. You said something, I didn't hear you. I think you said you were looking at the wrong problem. So between the both of us, that's a perfect pair. All right. So number 8, what is the biggest exponent? So we have 9 minus 12, which is negative 3x squared. Oh man, this one's in order. All right. And then we have negative 4 minus negative 6. All right, that minus a negative, that changes it to plus a positive, right? So that's going to be plus 2. And then 8 minus negative 3, another plus a positive. All right, so what's this degree? How many terms? Get away. Go away. All right, number 9. What is our biggest exponent, number 9? All right, so -2 minus -3, so this is going to be. Now, I'm going to allow you to write it like this because some people need to write that 1 in front of the x to the third. Okay? I'm not going to count off if you write it. I'm not going to count off if you don't write it. All right? So, what's our next power? There's no other x squareds. I'm regrouping mine since I have some room down here. When I wrote this, I thought I saw people going cross-eyed right here on number 8 because of the way I grouped them. All right, number 9. This is 1 minus 5, which is minus 4x. And then our constants. This is 8 minus 8, which is 0. So we have a third degree and another try. All right, that's our lesson. Yep. Hooray. Yeah, now our lesson's over. Our class is actually going to do your turn. They're going to try to work on this to see if they can actually apply what they have learned instead of taking invisible notes. So don't forget, hit like and subscribe, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.